Pause for a second. What if one tiny chemical inside your brain was secretly deciding when you feel happy, when you feel empty, when you feel motivated, and when you feel addicted? That chemical is dopamine. The world's biggest social media companies, drugs, our favorite foods, and even our goals and dreams, all of them work because of the dopamine released inside us. Whenever we do something, we feel an instant pleasure. And that pleasure pushes us to repeat the same action again and again. Slowly, without realizing it, we become addicted. Food, social media, games, shopping, certain relationship, alcohol, tobacco, we can see this addiction everywhere. Big companies spend millions on advertising just to trigger dopamine in our brains. So we will buy their products. That's why dopamine, this neurotransmitter chemical, has a huge impact on our entire life cycle. If we clearly understand dopamine, we can protect ourselves from being trapped and move forward smarter. Because dopamine has two faces. It can create positive impact and it can also create negative impact. Turning dopamine into a positive force is one of the hidden secrets of success in life. The happiness created by dopamine can be divided into two types: short-term pleasure, long-term happiness. Once you understand the difference between those two, you will understand why people say have patience in life and don't depend on addictive happiness. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter, a chemical messenger in the brain. It's also a reward pathway chemical. Whenever we do something, dopamine is released to create pleasure. The pleasure you feel when you eat your favorite chocolate, when you pass an exam, when you get a like on social media, or when someone praises you, all of that pleasure is because of dopamine. You can think of a dopamine as the currency of the brain. Just like withdrawing money from a bank, the brain releases dopamine as a reward for every small success. Let me ask you something. Have you ever done something that gave you instant happiness and felt truly satisfied for a long time? Probably not. Any activity that gives quick happiness lasts only for a short time. After some time, that happiness fades away on its own. Alcohol, tobacco, drugs, endless social media scrolling, all of these are short-term pleasures. They trigger dopamine very fast. This fast dopamine spike creates addiction, and that addiction creates negative impact in life. The worst part is dopamine that rises suddenly also falls suddenly. It feels like being pushed down from a height. Falling from the first step and falling from the 10th step both are falls, but the pain is very different. Dopamine works the same way. It lifts us high into pleasure, and when it suddenly drops, we crash emotionally. Often, we can't tolerate that fall. So we rush again to create dopamine somehow, anyhow, to feel pressure again. That's how the brain develops dopamine craving addiction. We keep chasing temporary pleasure, trying to make it permanent, and that foolish attempt turns our entire life into a never-ending hunt for happiness. Over time, sudden dopamine fluctuations exhaust us mentally. They push us towards depression. We start hating ourselves because we can't maintain the happiness we create. Any activity that triggers dopamine, if you stop doing it, your pleasure disappears. So the brain forces you to repeat it again and again. That activity turns into addiction, and your life slowly sinks into it. That's why the journey of chasing dopamine blindly always leads a person to the edge of the disappointment. But does that mean we should avoid dopamine completely? Absolutely not. We should experience dopamine, but wisely. We must learn to control its quantity, not let it control us. That's why long-term happiness is so important. Long-term happiness never lifts us instantly to a high emotional state. It's slowly created step by step. Positive dopamine, released gradually, always leads to long-term happiness. For example, a person sets small goals, achieves them step by step, and finally reaches a big success. That happens because dopamine is handled in a balanced, positive way. Take exercise as another example. In the beginning, exercise causes pain. You won't see muscles or results immediately. It doesn't give instant pleasure like scrolling on your phone. So dopamine supply is low and motivation feels weak, but exercise is necessary. So what should we do? Think about the future version of yourself. Your stronger body, better shape, improved health. Use your intelligence to explain this future happiness to your mind. Create present motivation by imagining future rewards. Then even painful stuff starts to feel meaningful. That happiness is not because dopamine is controlling you. It's because you are controlling dopamine. Long-term happiness is created when you convince your mind to do what's necessary today, even it's not instantly enjoyable. The brain always prefers instant pleasure. Knowing this trap and still choosing discipline is the smartest strategy. Now listen carefully. You want success. You read about it. You watch videos. You talk about it, but you can't work for it. Your focus is weak. Your mind is distracted. You know what to do. Study, exercise, work towards goals, but you can't execute. You know drinking, smoking, and addictions are bad, yet you can't quit. That means you are stuck inside a dopamine addiction loop. Dopamine levels must stay balanced. At normal levels, we feel calm, happy, and satisfied. We enjoy small things in life. If dopamine is too low, lack of motivation, depression, and even diseases like Parkinson's can appear. If dopamine is too high, we become addicted, restless, and uncontrollable. We lose control over our thoughts, actions, and mind. In daily life, most moments are neutral, not exciting, not sad. But for a dopamine-addicted person, even those neutral moments feel unbearable. That means you are trapped. An addiction doesn't have to be drugs. Even excessive mobile scrolling can do the same. When that happens, the phone or even a person gets the value of a drug in your life. That's dangerous. Now, why is positive long-term dopamine important? Because it builds motivation, helps achieve goals, create good habits, strengthens relationship, improve productivity. Some ways to increase positive dopamine: daily exercise 20 to 30 minutes. Running, cycling, yoga, meditation, listening to music, watching a good movie, feeling grateful for small blessings. Those also releases serotonin, the chemical of long-lasting happiness. True happiness is not felt when you reach the goal. It felt while moving towards the goal. If you chase happiness in results, you are chasing dopamine. If you find happiness in actions, you are following serotonin. Dopamine gives temporary pleasure. Serotonin creates lasting happiness. If you want permanent happiness, set long-term goals. Break them into smaller steps. Complete them consistently. Maintain curiosity and excitement. Then life slowly comes under your control. If you can enjoy simple, natural pleasures, if even small blessings don't make you happy, it means you've gone too far behind artificial dopamine triggers. You are stuck in a mechanical world and you are losing yourself. If you are trapped in any addiction, you are missing real happiness. The enemy that defeats you the most is not someone outside, it's you. If you want to learn how to find lasting happiness in life, set your goals, work hard for them, and then truly enjoy the happiness that comes from your effort. When you live this way, permanent happiness and success don't need to be chased. They stay with you, like a shadow that never leaves. Success doesn't have to be loud or flashy. Sometimes it's quiet, but deeply powerful. Run behind pleasure, and you may feel good for a moment, but you will fall in the long run. Walk with a purpose, and even if the path is slow, you will always move forward. And in the end, a life driven by purpose will always win over a life chasing pleasure. If this insight helped to shift your thinking, thank you for being here. Please feel free to share it. And for more science-based motivation, You're always welcome to subscribe.